Hello and welcome back to another one of these RSF1 Hotlaps. I'm RSF1 Bundle and this time it is Singapore under the floodlights once again. And it does look very, very nice on this game in Singapore. Back into the Mercedes after the calamity that was Monza. Although this probably ain't going to get any better because this is a very formidable track. The longest on the calendar, the longest you're going to be spending in a race. No matter what distance you do. And yeah, especially if you add potential rain as well, because it can rain around here. Yes, it's a very long race. The concentration is the absolute maximum. Think of it like a very fast Monaco, basically. It's got a lot of tracks that can hamper you as well. So hopefully this one's going to go well. But I'm going to try and give some guidance best as I possibly can. Heading up to the final two corners here. So you want to take these two corners as fast as you can. Don't want the car too far wide on the right hand side because that can sort of throw you into the barrier on the right. Then this first corner, and into third gear. Carry the speed through. Don't want too far wide on the curve, especially on this curve on the through turn 3. This is a bit high, so it can unsettle the car. Open up this corner onto the right hand, and again the exit is very key because you're down onto this straight. And this 90-degree left-hander, very easily to go too far on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side, but you've got to keep the car as best as you can. Break it down into second gear for this very tight hairpin. Now this corner here, third gear, you want to click the curve on the inside. Run the car as far as you dare to the wall on the right-hand side. But be very careful because you can get very, very close to that. Tap the wall as you can see, even driving really slowly there through the Singapore thing, over the Anderson Bridge, and then slow the car down as quickly as you can. Be a very tricky braking zone for the hairpin. Open up DRS in the end of the middle sector. We're already over a minute 10 into the lap over the middle sector. That's how long this track is. Right hand hairpin. Don't run the car too far wide on the left. Now this braking zone again can be very tricky. Try and get over the curb, but not obviously too much. Use this curve to kind of drag the car round. That's a good advice there. And then into the chicane under the grandstand. Third gear. Again, the curbs are quite high, so you can use them, but don't abuse them basically. Run the car as much as you can into the wall on the right hand side. Then into the final two corners. So let's see. Never mind. I was going to say let's see how this gets on, but let's see how we take a lap. I knew I was going to cut. It's going so well to that cut as well. 35A. Didn't really gain much time for that corner cut through that chicane there, but almost kind of knew I was going to. There you go, decent lap. Obviously, apart from the validation there, but it was a small validation, honestly. But there you go. See the setup. Obviously, downforce. You need a lot of it because, yes, you got the straights, but there's so many corners around here. You want the car as stable as possible. So 1011 aero, 50-60 transmission, suspension geometry all the way to the right, all the way to the left. Because basically what this does is you get the top line speed as best as possible. So, and you obviously need to compensate for the amount of downforce that you have. So that's why that is there. Then you got suspension 225 724. Brakes 152 this time, because the brake bias you got a lot of sort of 90-degree corners, and I feel 52% rather than my usual 50% helps you better. Tire pressures, you can sort of drop these down for the race scenario, especially if you're doing 50% or 100s, because tire wear around here is very vicious. So you may want to drop down the tire pressures a little bit, but be careful, because doing that, obviously, the higher tire pressures you get more cornering grip, but at the cost of tire wear, because the tires get too hot. So you got to kind of experiment with it and have like a balance, best as what you feel is right. So, but I would recommend, obviously, this 22.6, 23.0, 20.3, 20.7, and maybe drop it down by 1 or 2 clicks for the race on each of those, if you feel necessary. So yeah, so that was Singapore. Frustrated with the slight invalidation there, but hey ho, is what it is. Next track is going to be Russia. Very interesting track. Another track where track limits are going to be a thing. There you go. Hopefully enjoyed that. Hopefully it was useful to you. And yeah, see you next time for Russia.